What's up, everybody? Evan Jarvis here for Grips Poker Training, and today I'm going to tell you how I bought a piece of Daniel Negreanu's 2019 WSOP package, even though his site crashed. The story of how it happened is pretty funny, and I'm going to talk about that, and I also have a special announcement at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. So, first, a while ago, Daniel announced on YouTube that he was going to be selling action at no markup. Getting a piece of one of the best players of all time and arguably the most successful players at the WSOP, pretty sweet opportunity, especially for the fact it's at no markup. When I sell for the World Series of Poker, I sell at markup, especially for the main event. When my friends sell action at the WSOP, they sell at markup. It's just very standard for profitable players to sell at a markup at a premium to share the expected profits with their investors. Now, Daniel has won Player of the Year twice at the World Series of Poker. He just got married. He's got his eye on the prize. And he also just left PokerStars for some unknown reason. So he's probably got a clear head and is extra motivated to perform well this summer. You know, if you just lost a big contract, well, probably going to perform at the AAA game level to make those additional millions back. So it seemed like a great spot to invest in one of the best players in the world. And at no markup, it was just a no-brainer. I had to go for it. Now, I didn't know when it was happening, but luckily that day I was planning on working on some webinars and I caught wind of when it was going down. The beauty of not having a real job is that I can sit at my computer for hours trying to buy a piece of the action. So I saw when the action was being sold, and then I just had to evaluate things based on the fees. I noticed that if I was only going to buy $50, I was going to be paying a much higher fee percentage-wise than if I invested $500 or $5,000. So for that reason, I decided that the mid-stakes package and the high-stakes package were better investments in terms of minimizing fees, but that didn't mean they were the best investments that I could make all around. So I had a couple hours to kill, and Phil Ivey had just released his masterclass that day. So I immediately bought it as any good poker student would, and spent the afternoon binge watching his training program. And actually, after completing the training program, I realized that this program is just so good and so solid. I went ahead and did a full review on it. If you'd like to check that out, I put a link in the video description. By all means, click through and enjoy that review of his material. And in the meantime, I was just refreshing Twitter, seeing if there were any new notifications from Daniel about the action sale and how we could get involved in it, because no one knew where the opportunity to buy was going to be. So knowing that tons of people were going to go in on this and that there was a limited supply, Daniel had both capped the amount that anyone could invest and was also capping the amount that he was selling. I had to choose which package I was going to go for first. And I wanted the low because it had the really high multipliers, but I also realized with it being a $50 entry, that's the one that most people were going to go for. And then I was thinking about multipliers and I was like, oh, wait, 10K buy-in. The main event's a 10K. Ooh, this is probably included in the package. Double checked. Sure enough, it was. Also, in addition to that, all the mixed game tournaments and the championship mixed game tournaments are 10K buy-in. So the mid-stakes package has all of Daniel's action in his best game. So for me, it was pretty much a no-brainer. I went for the low stakes package first was my plan. And then I was going to go for the low stakes second and the high roller last, because I thought that was the one that was least likely to sell out. So I kind of, waited and, I was thinking what I was going to do. Should I actually go for the high roller first? Daniel's done pretty good in high stakes tournaments in the past, but no, that one's not that likely to sell out. So I'm going to go for the mid. So I decided I was going to go for the mid stakes package, and as the clock struck 3 and I was ready to go, I went to his website and the site crashed. Shocker. So I just kept hitting refresh, kept going for it, refreshing Twitter, and nothing, absolutely nothing was working. And then I checked the Twitter posts, and just there was a lot of bad news going on, as you can see. But then I dove a little bit deeper into the Twitter posts and saw that some people, some card sharks out there, were actually able to get a piece of the action. And I clicked further to, kind of see what the discussion was. And someone said, oh, I was able to buy. Another person said, oh, what was the link you used to buy? Do you remember? And he posted it there. So what I did was I copied the link, pasted it into the internet, and boom, I got to the page. Half the time, sometimes it was crashing, sometimes it would load. So I kept loading the specific page I was going to instead of the main page. And I got there and it said, you need to enter the password to get in. And I'm like, man, what could the password be? What is this, action sale about? What is it for? So I took one guess and surprise, surprise, I got it right. It was pretty obvious. And if you can guess what the password is, throw a comment in the video description or just throw a comment below with what your guess is. And the first person to guess the password right, because I remember what it was, gets a shout out from me in my next DNEGS video. Sweet. So after I got the mid stakes package, I then typed in the low stakes package. Didn't work. I'm like, oh, it's called the low roller package. So I typed that in, got there, and it said it's sold out. Went to the high stakes, said it was closed. I'm like, okay. So I missed the boat. But not the end of the world. I'd gotten some Daniel Negreanu action. I'd learned lots from Phil Ivey. So my day wasn't a complete waste, right? Boom. There it was. I got my action. Pretty damn exciting. And then I saw they were doing a round 2 tomorrow. So I planned for the same. This time I started with the high package and I got it, because I got in this 3-minute window. And I went for the low and it turns out it wasn't sold out. So it was pretty incredible. All the hype from Daniel, the guy sold it all out in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And I felt the high. I felt the hype. I'm like, man, I didn't even want the high stakes package that bad, but here I'm just being like, oh, I want to get it before everyone else. So it was pretty funny how it all went down, but I was able to get it. And now I have, $500 invested in the mid stakes package. I have $500 invested in the high stakes package, and I have $50 in the low stakes package. So I maxed out in the low, I maxed out on the mid, and I got a solid piece of the high, all at no markup, which is just really awesome and really exciting. And now I've got even more reason to tune in and watch every one of Daniel's poker vlogs, it's a great way to get into the WSOP mindset. I'm not going right away this year. I'm going to kind of get my energy up and go later, and watching Daniel's vlogs where he's always giving good advice about how he approaches the WSOP. It's going to give me a lot of good insight into how I can perform best this summer at the WSOP. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm really excited for getting a piece of the action because Daniel's really going to be bringing his A game this summer. He's really going to be going for it. And I know that Daniel is someone who he's a great player. And when he sets his intention and he focuses his mind on something, usually good things happen for him. You can see that a lot of people bought but weren't able to get there in time. So 90% of people are getting their money back. Pretty ridiculous, but that's it. When I saw that this was going on, I just rearranged my schedule. I'm like, I'm not working on my poker coaching webinar today. I'm going to sit at my computer refreshing constantly. So let me binge watch this Ivey masterclass in the meantime, get my action, then I'll work on my slides later. And with the shenanigans, I didn't get to work on my slides until Sunday, which made for a little tight time. But hey, it all worked out. I got my action. I got my slides done. I learned a ton from Phil Ivey. And I'm feeling like I'm in a great place to have a great summer at the WSOP, just like Daniel. So yeah, I'm really excited about the action. I'm still super confused about him leaving PokerStars. But most importantly, forget all that. I'm excited to sweat one of my favorite poker players. And honestly, talking about Negreanu, he's one of my biggest role models in life. this summer. I've always looked up to him. I've always respected him, both his poker play and his business acumen. And it's such a treat to get to be really involved in the action this summer. I really feel like I'm on Team DNEGS. And just speaking of DNEGS, I actually met him a couple months ago at the Global Poker Awards. I got to sit at his table for dinner, which was absolutely hilarious. And, you know, I felt a little more connected to him. Like, this guy is on his A game right now. This guy is got really good vibes, really good energy around him. Good things are happening to this guy. He's drawing success to him. He's magnetizing success to him. I think I made probably the best investment I've made all year, which, you know, can't be said about all the investments I've made in the last 12 months. Maybe him leaving Poker Stars had something to do with this. I don't know. But hopefully they'll turn it around, because I've got more invested in this company than I do in Daniel Negreanu's summer package. So one way or another, your boy East got to make a little bit of money. Anyway, so following in Daniel Negreanu's shoes, because I've been very inspired by him, and it seems like what he does works, and I want to do things that work in life. The special announcement is that I am going to be selling 10% of my World Series of Poker main event this summer as well. And even though I have a solid edge in that field, I've cashed the tournament 50% of the time that I've played it. I've made day 5 twice, and I've cashed it for well over $100,000, not including my swaps with other players that have netted me even more money on top of that. And yeah, despite the fact I have a solid edge, and I could definitely sell it at a markup. I've sold at a markup before and sold out no problem. I too am going to do the right thing by my fans and sell at no markup. I'm going to sell 10% of my World Series Poker main event at no markup, 0. So more info on that, how you can buy a piece of my World Series of Poker main event, will be coming out in future videos. So subscribe to my YouTube channel to be notified when the video goes live that announces how exactly you can buy a piece of my action. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Good luck if you're playing at the World Series of Poker this summer. And if you're looking for some more info to help you prepare and perform your best at the World Series of Poker this summer, join me on Thursday, June 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, where I'll be hosting a live webinar on YouTube and Twitch on preparing your trip for the World Series of Poker so you can get the most out of it. Save your energy, save your time, save your money, play your best, recover optimally, all the good things that will lead to making the best difference, leading you to play your A game at the World Series of Poker and enjoy your time in Vegas, which is the most important thing. So I look forward to seeing you there. And until then, good luck and happy stacking.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it educational and entertaining. If you want to join Team Grips, click on that subscribe button and tap that bell to be notified every time a new video goes live. For behind the scenes updates and motivational quotes from my poker journey, follow me on Instagram. And when you're ready to take one step closer to becoming poker's next champion, click on me in 3, 2, 1, and let's get stacking.